In this video, we'll be taking a look at the InfoCapture application. InfoCapture is our e-form builder that lets you create and manage powerful, customizable forms and workflows, helping your teams capture data, track progress, and automate processes all in one place. Forms can be built for bespoke purposes with multiple fields, sections, and dynamic logic to fulfill functions like showing or hiding form sections to different users. The form itself is saved within a wider project, which contains all other elements necessary for it to function. End users can submit and interact with tickets to perform duties, while administrators or responsible users manage this over time by making necessary changes to the project or its form. Different people can be assigned to tickets, with different levels of interaction possible, like whether they can upload files or add notes to them. Various statuses can be created for tickets to move through, and email notifications can be set up to be sent to users for different ticket changes. InfoCapture is the most complex application in Claromentis, but also the most useful. Once your processes are digitized and the forms built in the intranet are in use, they become an integral part of your business, being used frequently by employees to handle tasks or processes all in one place. Due to its potential high importance, it is crucial that your intranet management team confirm if InfoCapture is in use on your site, and if so, identify which projects are active and considered business critical. Your team should begin by understanding how these projects and the forms they house work, and become familiar enough to manage changes required or issues reported by users. You may already know if certain projects and their forms are in use on your intranet, as you may submit tickets yourself or have already been shown these by another administrator. Regardless, the first step here is to make sure your profile is an application administrator of InfoCapture so you can open the admin side of the application, see all the projects created, and check their status. This can be done in Admin, System, Administrators. As an admin, head to Applications, Admin, InfoCapture. Here, any project that has been created will be listed, and it's from here that it can be edited too. The most important thing to confirm right now is how many projects exist in active status. This status means they are visible on the front end of InfoCapture, and tickets can be submitted in them by users with permissions. Any project in testing or blocked status is not visible on the front end, so cannot have tickets submitted in them right now. These projects are not as important at this juncture and can be reviewed by your team later on. To ensure you can view all active projects on the front end, you'll need to confirm that you first have permission to view tickets. Add your profile to a project role that has permission to view and save the changes. Alternatively, if roles or groups for administrators are in use on the project, add yourself to this role or group. Now we can head to the front end. Head to Applications, InfoCapture. Here you'll see the list of projects that you have permission to view. And we just updated this on the admin side to ensure you have access to view all projects in the active status. Click into each project and open its active ticket list. Use the date field to scan the list and see when the last ticket was submitted, or verify how many tickets are being submitted in general and over what period of time. Use the page numbers at the bottom of the screen to navigate backwards by date. This will give you a better idea of each project's usage recently and in general. A project may still be business critical even if tickets are only submitted once a month or once every 6 months, so it's necessary to consider all active projects as important until deemed otherwise. Now you have identified which projects are in use and the most business critical, familiarize yourself with the admin side of each and the options within. There are lots of moving parts that make up a project outside of the form itself. The setup of each project and form will be unique to its purpose, so it's necessary to manage each individually. All tabs that appear on the admin side of the project are outlined in detail in our written guides on Discover for your reference. Here's how to see the fields in the form and make edits to this. Versioning exists on the form itself, so changes made to fields can be reverted by deleting the versions where these were saved. Other logic that can be set up alongside the form does not have versioning, so any changes made are automatically applied. This is important to remain aware of when editing any project logic, as it will take effect immediately. This includes changes to the project permissions, field conditions, visibility sets, notifications, and so on. Here is where project roles are created and are used to give users with the roles access to the form and the ability to perform certain actions. Generally, there will be a role that includes users who can only submit tickets, then a manager role who can be assigned to these tickets and make edits to them, and finally an administrator role with all rights to assist with any issues. Users need View Tickets permission to view a project on the front end and receive notifications. Whether they can submit tickets at all and which tickets they can view will differ per project, and depends on whether they can view all tickets or just their own submissions. Field conditions and triggers are used to capture certain form states and then used to inform other changes. A field condition is simply a true or false statement, like a particular option being chosen in a form field. A trigger looks for when an exact change in the form occurs, like the option chosen in a form changing to a different option. Dynamic behavior can be tied to these elements, which will see changes take place to a ticket automatically based on the conditions and triggers specified. Field visibility, SLAs, automatic changes, and workflows are where dynamic behavior can be configured using the field conditions and triggers created. For example, you may want to hide or show particular fields to users, use traffic light labels for tickets to move in and out of, or auto-assignment of a ticket to a particular user. Notification templates can be created and rules tied to triggers to ensure that they are sent to recipients when certain changes happen in a ticket. For example, if a ticket is submitted, a note is added, the person assigned changes, can all trigger notifications. All notifications generated by a project can be viewed in the audit log to confirm that they were sent. The List Options tab deals with how the form appears on the front end, for example, what information is shown in the ticket list. A thank you page can also be set up to be shown to users after they submit a ticket. We recommend opening each section to see how it is configured already and familiarize yourself with what could be changed in each. We have detailed guides available to assist with creating new projects and forms or making changes to established ones. A new form can be created by application administrators of InfoCapture using the button here. Follow our guides from start to finish or undertake our e-learning course that shows how to build a form. We understand that InfoCapture is a very involved application with lots of moving parts and appreciate there's a steep learning curve to get to grips with it. We recommend all InfoCapture administrators try to learn as much as possible about it to successfully manage your forms. If at any point you are stuck on how to achieve something or would like to undergo formal training, we have an InfoCapture consultancy service. Our InfoCapture experts can assist you further. You can also submit support tickets to ask questions about how InfoCapture works or report issues with projects or their forms on your site. In terms of the next steps, ask your InfoCapture administrators to check if anyone else needs to be added as an administrator for InfoCapture. Identify the forms that are active. Review our guides to further your understanding. Review our e-learning course for building a form. Ask for further training or assistance if required.